All right, how we doing? So this video is about second chances, and I pray that he's done with that. Okay. So I remember, well, I don't remember him. I never met him. I don't know him and his other partner. But his entourage actually used to come down to Norfolk State, and I can remember back when I was going there as a young tech student, building speaker boxes for these dudes. These guys had Maseratis and trucks and all that, and I just heard about it, okay, vaguely about, okay, but I didn't really know to the magnitude of who they were until like recently, maybe over the last like 15 years ago. So I'm just giving a shout out to Tony Lewis Sr. and Jr., okay? Actually, his son helped him get out, but Tony Lewis Sr., okay, was incarcerated for 34 years, and he got out, and I'm very, very pleased. I remember looking at that documentary after I got out the Army about Tony Lewis Sr. Now, Tony Lewis Sr. was one of the biggest drug dealers ever to come out of D.C., okay? It was him. Also, it was Rayful Edmonds, who was one of the biggest one, and it was another guy. He's an old school dude. I can't think of his name, but he invented the buck naked marijuana. Okay, the older guy. He's out though too. Okay. Now Tony Lewis Sr., yeah, man, that dude was making like a 1 million between him and Rayful Edmonds, like a $1 to $2 million a day business. Okay, all right, something like that. Okay, or a week, more so a week. I'm sorry, more $1 to $2 million a week type business. Okay, yeah, those guys were the biggest drug dealers to ever come out of D.C. And what happened was Tony Lewis Sr. ended up being jailed. And you can see the videos and all that. Them guys getting captured and doggone hauled over there to the jail in like an Army Black Hawk helicopter. Okay? Both them guys being brought in like there's some type of prize catch. Okay? But Tony Lewis was accused for a murder that did not commit. Okay? That he didn't do it, his entourage did it. But yes, he was guilty of, big time drug charges. Okay? Now, one thing I didn't know, these are federal charges, by the way. I found out that if you are charged with murder in a federal case, only like someone like the president can pardon you. Okay? Tony Lewis Jr. was an activist in D.C., did a lot of good work. Okay, I studied a lot up on his brother. You know, he was helping the people to find jobs and to clean up and get out of get away from drugs and that type of stuff. And he protested for his father. Okay, and finally, I think all the hard work paid off. Okay, and Tony Lewis Sr. gets to get out of jail and get to be a free man. He's got a grandson now. Tony Lewis is 60 years old now. Okay. And, that's a great story. I think that he'll make well of his life. Okay. But again, I pray that he's done with that. I think that era is over. Okay. For Rayful Edmonds, it's to my understanding when I spoke to somebody out in D.C. that he had got in the witness protection program because he snitched on a lot of people. Okay. And this guy I was told that he went back to jail for attempting to do a bank robbery out there in Pennsylvania, doing something stupid. Why are you going to mess that up? Okay. I don't understand. This incident happened maybe 6 years ago, but he was let out of jail maybe about, I don't know, something like 20 years ago. And I remember that case because, I was hearing something about the basketball player. It's my understanding, like Alonzo Mourning. Okay, they used to go over there and hang out, and I'm not saying that he did anything. Okay, Mr. Mourning. All right, but it was one of the things where he was questioned for hanging with Rayful Edmonds. All right. So that's how I found out about Rayful Edmonds. But then again, like I say, I didn't know to the magnitude of actually who these guys were that big. All right. But for the most part, hey, I'm very, very happy to hear that he's able to get out of jail, and he's a free man. And, you know, again, I do believe in second chances, and, you know, I believe that he repented, and, you know, he can be able to live his life in peace. All right, let me know what you think about the video there. Thanks for your time.